What's going on with y'all?
Good. How about you? What's the issue today, sis?
What's the issue? I am so glad you asked that, Mila. Right.
You gotta let kids be kids.
You betraying. You betraying your significant other. I mean, regardless if it's just you took Miss Mabel down the street to go to Subway. You ain't tell me about it. Why you ain't tell me? What you and Miss Mabel got going on that I don't know about?
Who's taking Miss Mabel to the Subway, though? Okay.
Hypothetically speaking.
Makes it feel the same way. Driving
but
fast.
That's like nice. Like,
yes. But I'm saying that's safe. Yeah, that's a safe option.
no. I thought you were gonna say something else. I was like, what?
That'd be so cute. It's so cute. Little intro.
I know. I realized that Mila was saying most of the stuff.
I want to be an intro, but then I also feel like the last video that we did was not it. As of my lighting and my just face wasn't given. So yeah, we just go. If you're gonna put anything in it, maybe it'd be this one.
Or when we get some more videos, we can put all that together.
Right, because my hair is gonna change every time. So
I mean, hello, mine probably is too.
It's the boobies for me. So.
Anyway,
what's the issue? Anyway, what's the issue?
What is the issue? See, okay. So much has happened over this past week. In the universe. I don't want to be the person who talks about celebrity gossip. I don't want to do that. But it's so much.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's so much happening right now.
The real question is, why are we so invested in all that?
Look at that.
Put those things away. She right. Put them things away.
Hi, sister. I had to because the girls they with me today.
The boobs is boobieing today.
The boobs is boobieing, not boobieing.
Boobieing. I was gonna say titties, but the titties is titties.
I was.
That sounds worse. No, that sounds worse, doesn't it?
How do titties titty?
I don't understand. I don't know.
Oh, they bouncing though. Okay.
See, titty. See?
Oh, Jesus. I was thinking that my hair is like how that wig used to be, but that wig was bad, bro. Why y'all didn't tell me?
I was just watching the video and he was like touching the back of it.
I was trying to curl it because it kept coming, it kept like getting straight, and I was trying to like
Never again. Never
Why
again.
Tell me. That weird.
Because that's not what they're here for. They're here to know what's the issue, sis.
Y'all should have told me about that wig.
That's not what they're here for.
Anyway, so what's the issue today? I got a whole lot of issues.
Yeah, we know. No.
Wow. Pew, pew, pew. Right out the gate, right? Dang.
You just mad because I am a reflection of you, literally in this camera.
Is that how we doing our mamas these days? Like, what is going on?
No. That's how we doing grandmoms. Grandmoms is given. Grandmoms is given. Grandmoms is given.
I'm a cute grandmom.
You are.
So, whatever.
I'll give you that one. You are. Looking real
Anyway.
nice and sexy today.
I know, so it's because I'm going outside later on. I think I might. I don't know.
She really gonna fall asleep like Grammys do.
I might fall asleep, and then I don't know, because people gonna be there, and I don't.
You don't be peopling.
Not for a long period of time, because for what? It's just.
Okay.
I know people be like, "How you have the job that you have, and you don't like people?" Listen, I'm not saying
That's
I
a good
don't.
question.
I'm not saying I don't like people. I just don't like
You
people.
say that all the time.
I don't like peopling. I don't like being in groups. I don't like being in crowds. If it's an intimate situation, like where it's one or two people other than me, I'm cool with that. But if it's like 25, 30 other people, that's a lot. Or if it's hundreds of people, that's a lot. That's too much.
You be like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go home.
Yeah. You know me. You know me. If I don't find a parking spot, I'm out.
But wouldn't the therapist say that that's social anxiety?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna ask her. Maybe I'll ask her.
Not ask her.
Yes, the therapist has a therapist. Because that's
All
what everybody needs. Yeah. Everybody. Everybody got something going on.
You can keep that to yourself.
Anyway, we are off topic already. This is not even. So we're supposed to be talking about the issues that I got. I got issues today.
Yeah.
So the title of this is Celebrity Grieving and Weird Dating Rules. And then I added double standard, because we're going to talk about that today, because somebody said something to me that pissed me off about some stupidness.
If you putting it like that and you're not putting it the way that you explained to me earlier, I got some stuff for this topic. If you putting it as double standard, I got you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do like all the other people be doing, and they be talking about, well, this is about the. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to talk about it from a perspective that is irritating to me. So,
but would the double standard be male and female, or would it be age-wise?
Well, since you're already talking about it, we might as well get into it.
Okay, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Okay. Male, female, or age-wise?
Mm-hmm.
What you mean? Explain that.
Okay, so I was talking about earlier. I feel like for my age, 11 body counts is a lot.
Okay. Before we get into that, let me explain. So earlier we was having a conversation about this double standard, because somebody said some stupid shit to me about, and it was a dude, black dude, man, male, whatever. And everybody always said, well, you guys talking about the black man, y'all be bashing. No, it's not. It's not a male bashing type of situation.
I'll bash everybody.
This dude said some stupid shit to me, and now I'm upset about it. So somebody that I have been in a situationship with for a couple years said to me that 11 sexual partners is a high body count for a woman. The issue that I have with the 11 is not even about the fact that people think that, because I know a lot of men think that way, and that's fine. I don't care if y'all.
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
The issue that I got with the body count thing is the fact that, okay, I'm not even gonna tell my business, but the fact that men are willing to have sex with a woman with a high body count, but they're not willing to have a relationship with a woman with a high body count. And they're using body count as a reason for determining if a woman is going to be a good partner or not, but not if she's going to be a good sexual partner. So you can ultimately risk your life, because these dudes be going raw. With these women that got high body counts, they be going raw. So you're willing to risk your life to be with, have someone sexually, but you're not willing to risk your feelings. That's the dumbest shit ever.
All right, but look, risking your feelings is more risky. I feel like risking your feelings is more risky than not necessarily risking your life, but risking having a STD maybe one time. I feel like risking your feelings is risking your feelings is a lot.
There's STDs you can't come back from.
That's true. But however, people are retarded. So let's just say, okay, so this person will do the nasty with you, knowing how many kids you got. And mind you, you gotta know how many kids I got. They be walking around. They look like me. So that's enough already. But a little bit more than me having this amount of kids. Do people know you got how many kids you got?
People like who? People that's watching this?
Yeah, people in the.
I don't know. Probably. They all know me, so
look,
I'm sure they do.
So 6 kids. That's enough. That's enough.
That's enough of what? What are you saying?
6 kids means at least 4 or 5 body counts. At least. Unless
no.
Unless your kids have all the same father.
That's what I'm saying. I'm supposed to that's supposed to happen.
Yeah, but that don't happen. That don't happen.
They're all supposed to have the same father, and I'm supposed to just have been married to him forever and ever and ever. But here's the thing.
That's not realistic.
Because it's not.
A person can have, but it's so important for a woman. But a man could have 11 kids, 6 baby mamas, and people
or 15 and 8.
We're not sure it's 15. It might be a little bit more than that. I'm pretty sure it's like.
It might be because he's still trying.
I think it's 23.
Nuh-uh.
And I think it's 23 and what, 8 baby mamas? I think. I'm not 100% sure.
It's 8 or 9.
Because I know there's some in there. I just don't know who they are. But I know there's some more kids in there.
So that was actually a part of that conversation.
Was it?
Because he asked me too, would you date a dude who had 11 kids? Or would you date a dude who had, and I said,
but you have. I mean, not at the time. Not at the time, because I was the first one.
I'm not even talking about him. I'm talking about somebody else. I dated.
Oh, dude.
Homeboy.
Oh, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So but see, stuff like that doesn't matter to me, but it matters to other people, which doesn't make any sense, because even if you have this idea about, you don't want that, right? You don't want somebody who has sex with a lot of people. That's cool and all. But even if she told you she didn't and she actually did, it doesn't make the reality any less real.
Right. Right.
Because it did happen. She has done that. She has slept with. She has had sex with. It doesn't matter.
It shouldn't matter unless you live in your life like, oh, she used to do that to this dude and she doing it to me. But you would also be mad if she came into this relationship with no experience.
No, some of them wouldn't be. You know, the passport bros, they ain't mad.
The passport
they ain't mad about that. They're not mad about that.
I've known a lot of dudes to get mad. Well, that's that's why I asked if it was age wise or if it was men and women, because a lot of people my age will get mad if a girl come in with no experience but expect them to have a body count of less than 4.
Okay, so if we're looking at those odds, right? If you have a body count of less than 4, that means that 100% of those sexual experiences was trash.
Right. Right.
So you haven't had a good experience at all.
Right.
To be able to have any type of skills at anything.
Right. But I think
some of y'all age, some of the people y'all age still think that porn is real. And they think that if they look at a porn video that they're going to be able to...
I knew that way back when I was like 12. That's not real.
But I think they think they're going to be able to develop some type of skills by watching porn.
Oh, no, definitely.
However, it doesn't happen that way. The only way to be able to get skilled at sex is to have sex. But the problem is women are looked at as sexual objects and not sexual beings. We're not supposed to have sex other than to have babies.
To reproduce. Yeah.
Yes. But here's the problem. Who are y'all having sex with? But women.
Maybe that's not the truth.
Okay.
Maybe that's not the truth.
However, you want to add a woman, you want to have sex with a woman because she's had sex with other people before. So you add to her body count.
Right.
But then you want to have it low.
But you want him. I don't understand.
But you want him.
I don't understand.
It don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Dude said 11 was a lot.
It's not a lot for people your age. But people my age, I feel like that's a lot. But I also feel like it's a lot for somebody my age to have, 5, 6, 7 kids. But I think it was like an interview I was watching, and it was like, we got to take into account, like, people your age, like in their 40s, we got to take into account that they've had maybe one relationship every 2 to 3 years, sometimes more than that. And we got to take into account that in order to get to know somebody, you have to have sex with them.
I mean, you don't.
I mean, not have to.
You kind of do.
Not have to, but in order to know that you can be sexually satisfied, you have to have sex with somebody.
But that's the problem. Men don't care about women's sexual satisfaction. They don't care about that, which is why the sex toy industry is so
popular,
lucrative.
It's popping right now.
Because they don't care about that. They don't care about sexual pleasure. They don't care about whether we are pleased or not, because we're not looked at as sexual beings. We're looked at as something for them to desire and for them to have and for them to be able to experiment with and for them to be able to experience with. But we're not supposed to care about.
A lot of people are lesbians. Because I've talked to a lot of lesbians, and they have told me that because a woman knows how to pleasure another woman, that's why they become lesbian.
I understand. I understand how that could be.
Yeah.
Because it's not about having a good sexual experience. It's about, I need to have as many experiences and this is the thing, you having as many experiences as you possibly can, and again, who you having them experiences with, because you are going to be one of their body count.
Right.
So you expecting all these women that you having sex with to just have sex with you
while you out there having sex with other people? But then you raw dogging everybody and willing to risk
everybody
and willing to risk everybody's health so that you can have sex with whoever you want, but expect the girl to only have sex with you. That's my problem. That's my problem. That's my issue. That's my issue with all these niggas.
Yes. Or for somebody to be in a relationship and also be having sex with someone else, and then get mad when that someone else has sex with someone other than them.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
How you gonna be faithful to somebody who in a relationship?
Right.
And a lot of people are always talking about polyamory and that's stupid and polygamy is this, but everybody don't necessarily always know when they're in a polyamorous relationship without their knowledge.
That's true.
Y'all be having polyamory.
I probably want to be in one with my knowledge instead of without my knowledge. However, a lot comes with being in a poly relationship.
Yeah.
It's not just sexual, it's also emotional. And I can't handle my emotions sometimes. How am I going to handle two other people's?
That's because you are 22.
I mean, that's true. But you are also 40.
No,
and
you're 23. You're 23 now.
23. I'm 23. I said that's true. I forgot my birthday was a couple weeks ago.
You're 23 now.
Yeah, me and my twin brother.
Whatever. I don't know why you laughing. That's not even funny.
Me and my twin brother.
Yes, you and your brother are both 23.
Yes, we are.
But you're not twins.
No, we're not. He'll be 24 in December.
Because your mama's a sexual being.
Nasty. I don't even like thinking about that, to be honest with you. I don't even like thinking about it.
We're getting back to what you're
saying. Back to what we're speaking about.
It just bothers me that men have that double standard. It bothers me because it doesn't make sense to me that you hold on to your trauma about relationships, because that's really what it is. It's not about not getting your feelings hurt because this woman could go out and have sex with other people. It's about the fact that you have trauma from whatever other past relationship that you've had.
Yeah.
And you're holding on to that because maybe the girl, and here's the thing, the narrative that a lot of men push is really stupid because a lot of times, and this is just because I've had, I know I've seen people, I've talked to people, I've had a lot of experiences with people. And a lot of times the situation is you've gone out and had sex with all these different women and you've cheated for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
And your girlfriend gets a text message from another dude.
And it's blown up.
And the relationship is over. And I hate you. And you always, and you the one that was cheating. And I was cheated on.
Because the narrative is that women cheat emotionally and men cheat just to have sex.
That's not true.
No, it's not. Because some women out there will cheat just to have sex.
Just to have sex, because if you got somebody with ED, or if you got somebody who penis doesn't work, I don't know if you probably didn't see that, but Leslie Jones she was on the Breakfast Club like in the last couple of days. I don't even know exactly.
Leslie Jones is a comedian, right? Ain't she?
Yeah, the big one, dark with the hair.
I'll be getting her mixed up with some more, but some more is what's her name's sister, right?
Nia Long's sister.
Yeah,
but she was talking about how men don't go to the doctor, so when they get up in age to like over 40 or whatever, their penis doesn't work anymore, and they think that that's okay.
Right.
And she said, y'all out here with depression, thinking that your penis is just gonna be like, hey, let's go. She was like, no, he's as sad as you are. I said, well, goddamn. Yes, He's as sad as you are. It's not going to work. But again, I don't understand the need to put your penis in wherever and not really care about your health or care about the fact that you could produce a child or care about the fact that you could pass on something that somebody can't get rid of.
All of your sexual partners.
But you will not let a woman who's had more than 11 sexual partners into your heart.
Yeah, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. It'd be like that, honestly. But
why?
I don't know. These dudes got trauma that they don't be addressing it. So
I wish it was somebody male on here right now that
to say, yeah. But I also think a lot of it comes from, not in all situations, but in some situations, a lot of it comes from them being in a household where their mom only was with their dad and their dad was with everybody else.
Or being in a household with a mother who was trying to find a relationship again.
Yeah.
And having to deal with other men, being a boy or a male child growing up. And I think a lot of men, just because I know one specifically, who has a very
jaded.
I was gonna say stupid. A very
jaded.
No, he's more than jaded. He has a very skewed view of his mother, and which in turn made him have a skewed view of women and women that he's in relationships with, and especially women who remind him of his mother. And so his issue is that he doesn't feel like his mama loved him. You don't watch Zatima, do you? No, DeVal is on there.
I know DeVal's on there. And that girl, what's her name?
Crystal Renee Hazlett. But they just had a show, one of their episodes, one of the last episodes, even though I said I was going to stop watching that because it's just full of drama and it really don't make no sense sometimes.
But you like
that. But when I need to, have my mind stop, I watch stuff like that. But so that episode was about his mother. His mother was drug addicted and she overdosed and she ultimately died. But in his mind, because his mama had left them when they were little, she abandoned them. And he had to get picked up by somebody, his grandmother or something. I don't remember what the story was. But his mother left him. And so after his mama died, she left a videotape, for a VHS videotape for him.
It's the VHS for me.
Yeah, it was VHS. Where she had said that she loved him and she was only doing this because she loved him and she felt like she couldn't be a good mother to him.
Right.
But in his mind, his whole life, his mama didn't love him because she left him.
Right.
But she said she left him because she did. And because he didn't know that, now he grows up being a cheater and being and just because of the fact that he had mama issues.
Right.
And I think that that's the problem with a lot of men, because they see their mother as somebody who she's not, or they have this narrative of how their mother was or how she feels about them, and then
parents are not honest. I be telling you this all the time. If you would have said certain things, you don't have to tell me specifically, but if you would have said certain things, it would have changed my views on how you went about things. I tell you this all the time. If you would have said certain things, or if you would explain certain things, parents are not honest. They keep secrets.
Well, that's true.
If you would have explained certain things, I would have went about things differently.
I think that's true, that people should be honest with their children. But a lot of people don't necessarily want to do that because they think that it's going to create some type of problem or some type of discourse that they have to deal with.
That children should just respect their parents regardless. But growing up, Growing up, I understand certain things now that I didn't understand then. But if you would have explained certain situations to me better, not necessarily in detail or not necessarily, oh, I did this, and this. If you would have explained to me, look, this is how it happened. There's nothing we can do about it. It happened the way that it happened. If you would have explained it like that, there are certain things that I wouldn't have did as an adult or I wouldn't have done as a child in response to the situation that we were in.
Just like the other day when you was talking about if I had told you what being an adult was really like.
Yes.
You wouldn't have been so quick to
start
it up.
Absolutely. If you would have told me, look, because in my mind, I had a strong, independent mom. In my mind, my mom could do anything. In my mind, my mom could do anything by herself. She could go to school by herself, have kids. She could do everything. In my mind, this is what she's paying all her bills, doing what she need to do, everything. That's in my mind as a kid. But if you would have told me, nigga, this was hard. This shit was hard. If you would have said, I'm not always being able to pay my bills. Sometimes I'm not going to be able to pay it. I would have grown up like, oh, I don't need help. I don't need that help from nobody. I don't need that because my mom was an independent mom. I wouldn't have grown up like that. I would have been more realistic. That's not a shot. That's actually a compliment. It's actually a compliment.
But it's not though. I mean, not that you're not saying it that way, but it's not, because you're right. I should have been more explanatory in the things that were happening. However, I grew up just like what you was talking about. Children stay in a child's place. And this is what people told me. And people would actually, you meaning my family, would actually have an issue with the fact that y'all were so vocal. And that I let y'all say things to me that other kids weren't able to say. And and I allowed y'all to express yourself in certain ways. And they had an issue. They had a problem with that because I actually had this conversation with somebody the other day about what respect means as far as children. Right? When we're talking about respecting your parents, most of the time it means I want you to do what I want you to do, and you don't get to have a say.
Question.
You don't get to question me. You don't get to say what it is. You don't get to have a decision or make a decision.
Right.
Because whatever I say goes. Right. Because I'm the adult. I'm the parent. And anytime that the child questions what your decision is, then that's when the issue of respect comes in. You need to respect me because you shouldn't be talking back or you shouldn't be saying anything, which doesn't make any sense, because that's a reason why a lot of people grow up and they end up being people who don't speak up for themselves.
Right. Or don't know how to explain their feelings too.
Right. Or can't advocate for themselves. Kiana said, that's why. Yes. They end up being 30 years old in therapy because their parents used those tactics on them when they were growing up. And it's not, I'm not immune to it, because I did it too. Because that's why some people don't like confrontation. They grow up not wanting to be confronted about anything. And they take every confrontation or every disagreement as, oh, it's an argument, or oh, it's disrespect, or oh, it's we're about to have a problem, when it's not that. It's just somebody voicing their opinion or voicing how they feel. And children should be able to have opinions. They should be able. Now, the final decision lays with the parent, because they're the adult who can have those type of cognitive, understanding, or the cognitive abilities to be able to make decisions that come with, structural decisions, a structural type. But your children should always have a say in what happens to them, because if not, they will grow up as, especially girls, will grow up as people who don't assert themselves in certain situations. And then that's how they end up being violated. It's not about, it's always about somebody else's behavior, But violation happens more often because girls don't speak up. They don't say anything. They don't tell anybody because they have been told to shut up for the majority of their life.
Right. That a woman should be quiet or keep her feelings inside.
Or just a child. A child should stay in a child's place. You should go in the back room. You shouldn't be in here with the adults. You shouldn't be in here trying to figure out what's going on with everybody else. You shouldn't ask questions. Be quiet. Stop asking so many questions. Why not? Especially when they're between the age of 0 and 5, because that's the time when they're supposed to be doing that. They're supposed to be asking questions and trying to figure out their world and figuring out life. Just like I'll be telling you about when babies put stuff in their mouths and they touch everything and they go everywhere. It's because that's what they're supposed to be doing. If you don't want them to get hurt, you as the adult are supposed to get in front of them and get whatever it is out of their way.
Right.
Whatever it is that's dangerous.
In my head, I gotta find a middle ground because I do want it to be like, respectful, but I also was raised like, in order to get respect, you have to give it first.
Yeah, you gotta be respectful in order to. You can't demand respect from somebody and you disrespecting them.
Right.
Whether they're an adult or a child, that's not okay.
Right.
But again, we have to determine what respect is, right? Respect means that I hear your opinion and I respect that you have your opinion, right? Respect means I hear or I see that this is bothering you, so I'm going to change my behavior in order to be able to make you feel better about that.
Right.
Respect is not you don't talk back to me. Respect is not you can't say nothing if I say something to you because I'm the adult. That's not respect.
Right.
Not at all. And
that's how niggas be ending up in their situations.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not even just parent-child. It's male-female relationships too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not disrespectful to you because I have an opinion.
Right.
If I'm disrespecting you, it's because I'm saying you a bitch ass nigga. That's disrespectful.
Right.
That's disrespectful. But me saying I don't like the fact that you just did that thing, or I'm speaking up about, or I'm asserting myself in a certain situation, that's not being disrespectful.
Right.
Because,
me.
Women have a tendency to cut with words.
Right.
And somebody had said that on one of the podcasts I was watching too, that women hurt you with words, whereas men hurt you with hands.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I had to,
anyway,
as an adult, I had to dial it back. Because sometimes not knowing where the line is drawn can ultimately ruin everything.
But here's the thing. Can't nobody make you mad. Can't nobody hurt your feelings. Mm-hmm. Your feelings are hurt because you have decided through whatever filter that you are operating under that your feelings are hurt by what somebody did or said. Mm-hmm. Can't nobody do that to you. You have control over, and nobody really knows. I mean, not knows, but nobody really exercises this. Right. You have control over how you feel. You have control over what you do. You have control over how you think. How you think based off of what somebody else's behavior is has a lot to do with how you were raised, what types of things went on in your childhood, and how you operate now. Some people are unbothered. Mm-hmm. You can't say nothing to me that's going to hurt my feelings. But if your feelings are hurt, it's because of something that somebody said triggered something inside of you that now you're hurt by that.
Right.
And I had to even I even still, as a therapist, knowing this, right? I still have issue with that. This is how this whole body count situation came about, because
you let that hurt you.
It did.
You let it hurt you.
It hurt me to the core, because a lot of times men are attracted to me because, because of my girls.
You better put them things away.
That is the initial attraction. They don't get to know me after they find out that I have 6 children. They don't want to get to know me. And the reason why, and I've heard these conversations as a bystander of people who were talking in this way. And so I feel like I'm an expert in this, even though I'm not a man. But a couple of people that I was engaged with at the time were having a conversation when we went to the Job Corps thing last year. They were having a conversation, and one of them was talking about this girl that he was trying to get at that had, when he found out that she had 6 kids, he decided he put her in the sex only category because he wanted to know what it felt like, because 6 people
6 kids. Oh, 6 kids
had experienced that, right? So he wanted to be able. Is that him? He wanted to be able to experience. Little boy.
Yeah, that's him. Come on. Oh.
Now you get on here, you're gonna have to be quiet.
Yeah, he's not having that. He's not having it already.
Hi, Poodle Bug. Hi.
Mommy talking. Say hi.
Okay. Hi, Poodle Bug. We supposed to be doing something. Okay. What was I saying now? Now, see, my baby then came on the screen, and now I don't remember what I said. What I was saying. Oh, I was talking about the girl. So he had already found out that she had 6 kids, so he put her in the sex only category.
Right.
Once he did that, he decided that's all he was getting ready to do.
Right.
And so I said to him, "Why are you even bothering her?" Well, part of the reason why is because, I can't do nothing but have sex with her because she got so many kids. I'm not finna be in there taking care of her kids.
What? Nobody asked you to.
Did she ask you to do that?
Nobody asked you to do that.
Well, if we in a relationship, and somebody said this to me the other day, what do you expect? If you in a relationship, somebody gonna be a such and such year-old grandpa.
What? These are not your kids. What? Huh?
Sir.
If you decide to do that, that's on you. That ain't on me, because I didn't ask you to do that.
Not at all. My children have fathers. They do not need you to be their daddy. They don't even want you to be their father. I would never ask anybody to do that. If you decide that you want to help me take care of my children, that is on you. That is a decision that you made. But don't count me out because you feel obligated to take care of my kids when I never even asked you to do that.
Right.
Because they don't even want to probably even meet you, homie. Like,
most of the time we don't. Most of the time.
They don't even want to get to know you, bro. So why are you worried about that? But again, you can come have sex with me though.
Right. But you don't
potentially get me pregnant to have another, well, not now, but potentially get me pregnant to have another baby. That's cool. That doesn't make sense either. So you gonna have sex with me to be able to have a kid, but then you want me to do all kind of stuff like Plan B and abortion because you decided that you wanted to know what the sex was like.
Right. Because you see that I have 6 kids.
But you could have just left me alone.
Alone. Period.
That's gonna be my new motto.
I didn't ask you to be here. You choosing to.
And the thing that I hate is the lies. The lies.
The lies?
The lies. Because nobody tells me, hey, you know what? I just want to have sex with you.
Because nobody's really honest about the things they want to do.
You could just say that if that's what you want. And then I could say, you know what? Yeah, let's go do that. But instead, we going to be together and I'm going to take care of your kids. Or doing stuff for them when I didn't even ask for that.
Right. And then you making these relationships with these kids that nobody asked you to do. And then expect like, oh, so what's gonna happen if we break up? And I got these relationships, and then you're mad because you started this relationship with these kids. Nobody even said we liked you.
Nobody said none of that. I don't understand why people always assume that because I have children that I want a daddy for my kids. That is not the case.
They assume that because you're a single mom. That's just what comes with being a single mom.
Which means I can single-handedly take care of my children by myself. The only thing that I need for you to do is be there for me.
Right. But they're not.
That's what I want.
But they're not doing that though. They're not. They're doing everything else other than being that support system that you need.
Because they're not. That's not their intention.
No, their intention is sex. Knowing what it feels like to have sex with a mom of 6 children. Because it must be good. It must be good.
It must be.
It must be good.
Because a whole bunch of kids. I didn't want to. I was going to be vulgar just now.
But the reality is, whether it's good or not, she's still crazy.
Whether it's good or not, the vagina is attached to a person.
Right. That has emotions and feelings.
And I shouldn't have to tell people that. Like, why do I got to tell you that?
Because some people feel like the vagina is not attached to a person.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not. Because they always talk about paper bagging somebody.
Paper bagging?
Yeah.
Who be talking about that?
Everybody. They be talking about paper bagging somebody because it don't matter what she look like as long as the pussy good. It don't matter what she look like. Or doing it with the lights off.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to have several seats. Whoever is talking about that. You know,
I've been in the vicinity of a conversation like this.
Because your generation is weird, bro.
They stupid. Redundant.
Y'all be on some weird stuff. Just like weird.
I'm gonna send him out. I'm gonna put him back in the wilderness.
Okay. Because you're doing too much. That's what she said.
Say bye, baby. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye, Poodle Bear.
Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
No, you can't have the phone.
He's gonna be heckin' mad in a second.
He's gonna start screaming.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Nope.
Jesus.
Bye.
Now that's what we're gonna have to deal with for the rest of the time.
Here.
See, maybe I should have told you about that.
Next time, yeah, you should have. You should have, especially with breastfeeding. Because who the fuck said, number one, breastfeeding is hard. Let's just chalk that up to the game. Number two, why is my son so attached to me?
Because he's your son.
No, that's your problem. That's your problem. Because there's no reason my 1-year-old should want to be under my skin all the time.
Well, my 23-year-old. Because he's your son. That's why.
That's crazy.
This is the weird part about, even when we was talking about earlier about mother-son relationships. Mm-hmm. The weird part about that is it's such a close bond, but it's also
a little
the thing. Mm-hmm. It's the thing that makes or breaks how a man treats a woman, right? How he responds to a woman when he becomes an adult.
Right, and it's all the responsibility of how he is as an adult.
Kiana said you didn't ask her either.
You're right, I did it.
Aw. Hi, Dion.
I didn't. I should have asked every mom that I know. I should have.
Yeah, but see, you got this. I could do it by myself mentality.
Ooh,
that's the problem.
I wonder where I got it from.
Okay, you know what? I didn't get a chance to address that, so let's go back to that. I'm gonna talk about that because yes, every adult should tell children the truth. However, when you are a mother, which you will find out when your son starts talking for real, when you're a mom and you have somebody in front of you who can talk and who can tell you about yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to hear that all the time.
You don't want to hear that.
And you try to present yourself as somebody who has it all together because you think that that's the image that you need to show your children. Because if not, if they see you falling apart, this is just the idea. I don't believe this now, but if they see you falling apart, then that's what they're always going to think about you.
But like I never thought that. I honestly, like I always say, me and my siblings had different moms.
Yeah.
What I saw was it's okay to be strong and it's okay to show emotions. I'm very emotional. I'm a very emotional person now.
You always have been since you was little. Since you was
Let's
a
not
baby,
talk about that.
bro. You cried
all the time.
Let's not
talk about that. Look. But I also grew up with a mom that explained to me, let me say, I remember this one time vividly. I don't know what happened. But I remember walking into your room and you were crying about something. But you specifically told me, like, I'm having a hard time right now, but it's okay to cry about it. But at the time, I was like, girl, why is she crying? That's my strong mom. What are you talking about? That's my strong mom. She gonna get over it. But I do know now that, like, when I was born, it was hella hard. Having 4 kids was hella hard. I know it was really hard for you when we was living in Stonebridge, especially when we got robbed. Them 2 times. Especially when we got robbed. It was hella hard. But it was never like, oh, my mom don't have emotions. My mama don't show emotions. It was like, she's strong, but when she cries, she needs to. Like, it really came down to it. Like, she needed to have that cry. She needed that. And she figured it out and she got it together. But
you know that part of me, but your sister doesn't.
Yeah. Like I said, we got different moms. Because especially being third born, the middle child, we had different moms. We for surely had different moms.
Yeah.
I feel like my sister had, you was growing up with her and you were to the point where this is your first child. You have to grow up and you have to be strong. You have to grind. You have to always be grinding. You have to always be doing something. You can't be in the house not doing nothing. That's how I feel. That's what the mom I feel like she got. And I feel like,
and you know why?
Why?
Because when I wanted to rest, I was called lazy.
Yeah.
And I was told that you need to be doing something all the time.
Right.
And that's this whole thing about productivity that people in the United States have bad, that we always need to do something to be productive, or we always need to be grinding, or we always need to be making a way, or doing getting it out the mud. And part of the problem with our community is that that's not a solution. That is a distraction, because people are grinding because they don't want to deal with what comes when they stop.
Mm-hmm. But I saw this video of this lady, and she was talking about, she was talking to her doctor, And she was explaining like, oh, I'm struggling right now and I'm having a hard time. And she was explaining like all the stuff she do. And what she said is struggling does not mean unsuccessful.
No.
Because nobody was meant to do all the things that women do. And she said the things that women take on emotionally, physically, the things that we take on, nobody was physically made to do the things that we do. So struggling does not mean unsuccessful. You should be to the point where you know that you are successful because you accomplished those things. And just because you're struggling right now does not mean that you are unsuccessful or unproductive.
It doesn't mean that, but struggling to me now means I ain't supposed to be doing that.
That's what it means.
That's what it means. If I got something to do and it's a struggle, that means that is not what I'm supposed to be doing. If it's not, I'm not saying that things are supposed to come easy, but if it's not something that I'm doing that's fairly easy that I enjoy, hell no. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not about to be struggling. I'm not about to be struggling in relationships. I'm not about to be struggling at work. I'm not about if I'm having a bad day right now and I don't feel like putting my emotions off on my clients, I will cancel all them bitches. I do not
That's care. Because you're a CEO.
Nigga, I don't care. I am not gonna struggle with my emotions. I'm not gonna be sitting here putting on a facade face for you. No. Man, no. Right. I'm not saying life is not hard, because it is. Stuff is hard. Everything is hard, especially right now, because I just spent $20 on 2 things of soup at the supermarket. Everything is hard, but it's not supposed to be a struggle. You're not supposed to be struggling with anything, because for what? Right. What you struggling for? You struggling to get it done, which means probably you don't know how to do it. So instead of just doubling back and trying to figure out how to do it, or how to find out or educate yourself on how to do it, people want to struggle and then do the trials and tribulations and all of that. Man, it's time out for all of that. I'm not doing none of that no more.
I mean, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to.
Nothing that's the struggle. It's not that it's you're not supposed to deal with adversity, because yes, you are, but struggling to do something means that you're trying to put a square in a round hole and it don't fit.
That don't even sound attractive.
If it don't fit,
you must acquit.
You must acquit. If the stick don't fit, you must acquit. Stop. Quit doing that stuff. Girl, it don't make no sense.
Girl, we need to talk about the other issues. We didn't got off track.
I think that's not finna happen right now, because we done took it to a whole nother situation.
Yeah, we didn't got off
than
track.
What we were supposed to. I wanted to talk about, since this will be the last couple minutes, because we didn't get the chance to talk about it. I said I didn't want to talk about it last time, but that goddamn list,
girl,
of where to go
out there. There's some more
of where to go on the first date or whatever the hell.
Now there's one about what women should do for their men, what they should be for their men, their peace, their partner, their support system, They should be seen and not heard. So somebody put that on the list. Somebody put that on the list. What women should be for their men.
Who?
That's the one I seen the other day.
Said that. Who is making these lists? This is what I'm trying to
know.
The first of all, with the whole where women don't refuse to go on a first date, who is these women? Because
for all of us.
You ain't talking about me.
I love me some Cheesecake Factory and some Chili's.
I like ice cream and coffee dates. Because then I know whether I want to talk to you or not. I'm not going to go sit and be at a restaurant so you can leave me with the tab. Nigga, please.
And the way this economy is, girl, I'm not going to pay $20 for no coffee. And then not.
And I'm finna get my own coffee. So we going 50-50.
50-50.
We going 50-50 on the coffee. What is wrong with these people? Who are these women? And then it's the
I
other
don't
thing
know.
that I be hearing on these podcasts about the 50-50 and you supposed to provide and protect and you supposed to do all these things. Here's the problem I have with that. Who are these people?
Okay, one thing I will say.
Who be talking about
the
this?
whole thing about submissive women and protector men? They don't get that. In order to be a protector man, you have to pay all the bills. I should not have to worry about a bill being late. I should not have to worry about a bill not being on time and not being paid in full. You have to pay all the bills if you want a submissive woman. And that's what people my age don't get.
They do not understand that the stress of having to deal with life is part of the reason why women are the way that they are.
Right.
Because if I got to worry about what these kids are doing, I got to make sure that I have their schedule going. I got to make sure that I feed you, fuck you, have all the things that you need. Right. Plus, I'm supposed to figure out how to go take them to school, drive down the street or up and down the freeway all day, taking them to school. Right. And I got to figure out all this stuff. And all you get to do
is go to work.
Is take your ass to work and come home and be taken care of. You are not my partner. You are my child.
Right.
I'm not about to take care of you. It was one of these videos I was watching where this girl was like, her grandfather has been like for the entirety of him and his grandmother's marriage, him and her grandmother's marriage, they've been married 50 years or something like that. She was like, whoever comes in first, that's who does the dishes. Whoever right. gets off work first or whoever is in the house first, that's who cleans the house.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever, is near the school, that's who picks up the kids.
Right.
I don't understand why that's so difficult for people. Why is that the hardest thing? Why? Because most of these men want their mama. They don't want a wife. They want a mama. Mm-hmm. They want somebody to be their mama. They want to redo the relationship with their mother because they right. don't like her. And they want somebody to be opposite of her. But then here's the thing, just like you were talking about earlier, because your brother said this to me. Most of the women that he dates, if they're not like me or they don't do what I do or have done in his life,
he don't date them.
He sees them differently because right. this is what women do. And that's part of my problem. That's the scenario that I have created is this is how women operate. Women do and everything.
That he needs to be coddled. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're not even gonna go there. But I have created the scenario for this black man that women go to work, women pay for everything, women give them gas when they need it.
Yep.
Women pay for their cars, women make sure they have a place to live.
Yeah.
Women do all these things. And now he is an adult who feels like that's what
women should do.
He actually, well, not really. He is the opposite. He thinks that he's supposed to be what I didn't get because he saw me.
You shouldn't have had to struggle like that,
right? So, which is good.
But he's still good. I ain't gonna say he's a horrible person because he's getting better. But he's still to the point where
he's still very dependent on his
mother. Dependent and very not knowing how to explain his feelings.
Yes. Yes. We got.
I love my brother to death, but when it comes to his feelings, he thinks that his logic is just logical.
And it's the only thing that makes sense.
Yes.
In the world. Yes. So yes, I have tried to. He's half and half. So he's like half
he's good.
Good man, and then he's half of something
He's a good
else.
mixture. He's a good mixture. He an okay mixture.
All right. We ain't gonna get to the celebrity grieving thing. I guess we could.
Anyway.
I mean, I kind of did, but not really. Maybe we'll save it for the next show.
The next episode. Okay. To start off with, why do we care about these celebrities dying when we don't know them people?
Right. They never met them. Don't have nothing to do with them. They probably wouldn't have nothing to do with us if they did know us.
Right.
Why do we care?
Right.
I think it's a distraction from life.
Yeah. And we're going to get into it in the next episode of What's the Issue, sis?
Okay, so for the people watching or seeing, we are going to do this every other week because we can't do this every week. We're going to be tired. So we will be back for the next show in 2 weeks, possibly. The last week, is that the last week of November?
Yeah.
I want to say. Yeah. So November 25th, we will be back. So make sure that y'all tell everybody to tell all them other people so that they can come on here and watch, because it seemed like we ain't had that many people today, but that's okay.
So look, I'm gonna be honest, I ain't been promoting it like I should, but I'm gonna start.
You always do that. Anyway.
No, I don't.
I ain't finna chastise you. We gonna wait for that. All right. Well, thank y'all for joining us. Oh, hey Jennifer. Hi. Well, we're done. Thank y'all for joining us this week. We will be back on the 25th. Hope to see y'all. All of y'all who was here with us, rocking with us today.
And more people.
And more, hopefully. Thank y'all. Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
God bless you. Good night.